Okay, here we go. It's me, everybody. Gregory Manarino, still Friday, August 7th, 2026, post-market wrap-up. Breaking right now. Here we go. Lions alert. Trump/the U.S. has officially confirmed U.S. concessions to Iran. The stock market did finish the S&P 500 at a new record high today, and crude oil did drop. Not much on the back of this. Again, this is just coming out. No details, but come on, guys. It's incredible. So, Lions, this is breaking now. The United States has officially conceded control of the strait to this Iran-Oman alliance. You guys know all about it already. With that, it is expected that commercial shipping will be restored. Further, the United States will lift this blockade of Iranian ports. More to come. I have no idea of what the details are because this literally just came out. So the war is officially over. We lost. Okay, let's get with the program. You know what's amazing right now? Instead of our president coming out speaking to the American people in any way, shape, or form, explaining why this is what it is. He's out here on personal vendettas, trying to petition the Supreme Court about ballrooms. He's paying, with American taxpayer money, a German firm $1.2 billion to halt U.S. wind projects. And I put this out. I asked you guys to weigh in. Lions, weigh in here. Should the United States pay Germany for this? Thoughts and opinions. So yeah, Lions, should U.S. taxpayers pay a German firm $1.2 billion to halt wind projects in the United States? It's more than asinine. But again, what would you expect? This is conservatism? How would you want to describe it? Now, the fallout of the loss, not only these concessions here, and we're going to get all the details. I cannot wait. The White House spin room must literally be in flames right now. People are going to be very upset. It doesn't mean, initially, look, guys, we already talked about this because we nailed this to the wall before anybody else. It's the truth here. We could see a much higher stock market. We could see relief here in the debt market. We could see the dollar strengthen initially as well. But this is all short term. Longer term power is shifting away from the United States. We've outlined this at length. Now, it started. Lions, it just started. As we expected, Lions Middle East alliances are being made as power shift away from the United States. Turkey, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia signing mutual defense deal, and other Middle Easterners as well here. So let's talk about this. So Lions, before Eastern nations are building new military and economic alliances as power shifts away from the United States. This is so blatantly obvious. There's going to be a massive move away from the United States across the board, and not only Middle East alliances are going to get stronger here, China Middle East alliances are going to get stronger as well. This is a bad place to be for the United States. America's failure to break Iran's leverage has exposed the limits of U.S. protection and accelerated a regional move, as we said, toward greater independence. Now, Lions, relying on each other here, not a pact. Lions, the old order is weakening fast, and a new one is forming, and it's still not too late to fix this. If you haven't yet, I asked you guys to read the article that I wrote this morning, and this was the title of it. It's in your inbox right now. Full breakdown, fallout from America's loss to Iran. The consequences are only beginning, but again, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity here. Look, man, face up to it. The United States lost this war. We knew this was from day one. We knew this. Greg, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey, well, here it is. And where are these people? I don't know. How could they not have seen this coming? They thought we drop a whole bunch of bombs on Iran, they're going to just cave. No. Again, this is archaic warfare. It doesn't work anymore. This, walk softly and carry a big stick doesn't work. Sorry. This is the modern world is not, it doesn't work that way. And the world has been shown the truth here. The United States is nothing but a paper tiger. And that means there's going to be a massive shift away from U.S. hegemony everywhere. I can say this with profound clarity. This will threaten the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency, and the fallout from that. See, what the United States has been able to do, because of the fact that we've had the world reserve currency, is export inflation to the rest of the world. The United States' number one export product is inflation, because we have still the reserve currency. This is going to change. This is going to change, and the unleashing on our economy of how this is going to play out is going to be epic. As the world de-dollarizes faster with these new alliances that will be made, with the power shift over to the Middle East here, China as well. All these dollars that are just floating around the world that no one wants to hold anymore, especially because, again, the power shift, the fact that the credibility of the United States is less than zero. Those dollars are going to start coming back here to the United States. And unless there is a massive contraction of the money supply here, obviously, and much higher rates, we are going to face an event that people are going to talk about for a century. What we have allowed to happen to ourselves. Let us move forward. Speaking about our economy, I was wrong, as I said yesterday. I said today. Yesterday, I said to you that the jobs market was frozen. No hire, no fire. Well, it's gone backwards. The jobs market didn't just stop moving, it moved backward. U.S. economy unexpectedly lost 23,000 jobs in July. The number is multiples higher, but that's what they want you to know. Lions, there it is again, unexpected. Come on now. Really? How is it even possible? I literally wrote this. People buy this anymore. Who could not see this coming? The so-called economists, they're not real. When you hear that, CNBC, Fox Business, whatever, and they tell you the economist polled, there's no one polled. They just make it up. Their numbers, the U.S. economy is bleeding jobs and downward revisions are massive. So-called temporary layoffs are becoming permanent and have increased by 153,000 to 921,000, now encompassing over 25% of all unemployed workers. That's their numbers, and you know they're much worse. Lions, today's report says the hiring freeze is beginning to fracture. Does that sound familiar to you? Because we said that. Now, Lions, hiring has disappeared. This is in your inbox, by the way. Hiring disappeared, and now jobs are disappearing too. Today's jobs report is a severe downside leading economic indicator. I left that out here, and I apologize for that. Maybe a surprise to some, but Lions, we saw this coming from miles away. And Lions, it's not over. This report is not a soft warning. It is a beacon of what's to come. Negative payrolls, guys, come on, man. This is just so basic stuff. Plus massive downward revisions, and they were epic. Means the labor market data, well, it wasn't what the headlines were telling us, what they were saying for months. So basically, it was all fake. And the numbers they're giving us are fake as well. It's all fake. And we are in, the United States could not be worse off. Not only did we just lose a war, okay, that cost us, who even knows? We're never going to know. They're never going to allow us to know what this cost is. We're paying a German firm $1.2 billion to not make windmills or whatever the freak they want to do over here. Why are we doing? Why American? Is that what you want to spend your cash on here, conservative people? Any of you left? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. People should be outraged. They should be in the streets. But of course they're not. They're willing to take it again and again, repeatedly, forward hand, backhand, and square in the face as well as this nation is destroyed from within. As we've been trying to warn people for how long now? It's not over. Take the war out. The war is essentially over. Okay. U.S. conceded. To think about what just happened. Trump said this would never happen. Not only has it happened, this play here with Oman, I've been telling you, has now vaulted. Now this Iran-Oman alliance, I mean, they're just taking center stage. It's an incredible thing. As the United States continues to lose credibility across the board, it's incredible. For our economy, yes, there could be, more than likely will be, an initial boost. We should see crude oil fall. We should see prices fall, okay? But we really need to do one thing and one thing right now. And we need to do it emergently, okay? President Trump, instead of coming up with personal vendettas and sending $1.2 billion to Germany of American taxpayer cash to fund this project that he doesn't want to have here in the United States, that's a negotiation, by the way. The man can't negotiate himself out of a bag of steaming hot dog shit. All right, I'm going to tell you that straight out. And this ballroom thing, and now the freaking Supreme Court, whatever it is. Instead of doing that, he should come before the American people and explain what happened and why. And then he should issue an executive order through the Federal Reserve to vastly and emergently raise rates, return purchasing power to the currency, period. The market would get blasted. Fact. Double-edged sword here, people. The economy, again, we would have to cut back massively on government spending, which you all, the Red Hats, they wanted that to happen because we were all going to get Doge checks because of the fraud, which we said Doge was a fraud from day one. Greg, people told me, Greg, we're going to laugh at you. You're an idiot. We're all going to get checks. Doge is the greatest thing. It was a freaking fraud, like I said it was, and you knew it was, guys, since day one. But we can't have any of this. We're going to have more deceptions, more lies, more propaganda, and whatever else comes down the pike. The fact is, we lost a war here that we never needed to be in. And the ramifications are not just the fact that we lost a war and they're making concessions to Iran, and now we're forget about the fallout here. I can't even underscore it enough. Guys, we are going to witness a shift in global power and a restructuring of the global order on the back of this loss, this American loss, this war that has been lost to Iran. It's an incredible thing. And people are not ready. You're ready for it. You knew this from day one. This doesn't shock you. This doesn't surprise you whatsoever. And that's the beauty of what we've done here, guys. Anyway, listen, so share the work, guys. Get it out there. I really appreciate it. I think we really need to wake up the people now. We have an opportunity. Yes, okay, we don't have to call this a surrender, okay? We have to say America lost the war. It's surrendering, although concessions are, part of the spoils of war that go to the victor. We could change it. This is an opportunity, but it has to start immediately with returning purchasing power to the currency via higher rates now. Trump needs to forget about the propaganda, the lies, and the deceptions. His entire Trump has humiliated his entire administration. Hegseth needs to resign today. How many of you want to see Hegseth resign today? I wonder if Trump is going to throw him under the bus. There has to be a fall guy here. You realize that, right? Hegseth has to resign. The lies, the tales, the decisive winning. We won on day one. We won them over and over again. The deal coming, this, that, and the other. We got nothing. Not one single objective has been fulfilled. And again, we lost the war. The fact is, if we don't take immediate action, the fallout is going to be orders of magnitude worse than it needs to be. And that action is simple. Emergent raising of rates, return purchasing power to the currency, let the stock market take a hit because it's gonna anyway, and then we rebuild from a stronger base. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope so. I really, really do. All right, guys, bring it in. You ready? Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. I'll see you guys on Sunday. You're gonna get a bunch of stuff in your inbox tomorrow in a new trade. Guys, we got this, man. I wish things were different. This didn't have to be this way. But we have an opportunity here. How many of you think this opportunity is going to be lost? Unfortunately, I say yeah. There's an extremely, in fact, probably an almost zero chance that we're going to see emergency rate hikes here and the strengthening of the dollar, because it would impede with the greatest wealth transfer effect right up to the 1% and 2%ers, the Epstein class, who have become explosively richer on the back of all of this, and they still will, as America not only lost this war, but is about to see a power shift and a global restructuring, the likes of which has not been seen in centuries. Mark my words, you know we're right. I'll see you guys.